Hello and welcome to the Blue Podcast Network. This is episode number 14, of course, the Premier League show. And we're going to get started with my team, of course, because I've got to brag. I need to brag. I have to brag. Real Madrid and Man City, beaten in a week, top of the league, 9 points clear. Got to talk about it.
Why am I on the show? I don't want to talk about
Are there any two better teams you can beat? I don't really think there is.
No, not at the moment. Right now, we are the best team in the world this season so far. It's factual, no?
I'd say on form you're the best at the moment. I wouldn't say you got the best squad, but you're the best team in the world at the moment.
Had you asked me a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I would have said Barcelona and I would have told you to fuck off. But I can't anymore, so yay.
But 18 wins out of 20 in all competitions for Arne Slot. 1 loss all season so far. I mean, it feels so good, guys. I can't lie. It feels really, really good. Mohamed Salah putting in week in, week out masterclasses. I know you guys are not feeling the same way, of course, but
You've got me
I'm very happy. I've got to be happy, man, because we have a torrid record against Real Madrid. I think that's our first win against them since 2008.
Really?
And we played them like 6-7 times. Of course, Manchester City. We usually do end up beating them at home on occasion. And we absolutely dominated them that first half. I've never seen a first half domination like that against City.
Watching that game with Lloyd, the Real Madrid game, watching that game with Lloyd was an experience and a half. when the goal went in, I've never seen someone go so crazy about a goal. You went absolutely crazy.
Mental.
You
got to stay to watch that game with you because it did seem like a fun time.
It was a great time.
But like I said, I was driving home during the kind of Liverpool Man City game, and I kind of had it on the kind of radio on the way there, and it's just like it felt like what usually is Man United, Man City, where we get dominated in everything, and sometimes we get a lucky win, but we always get dominated, right? And it felt like that against City. You've no idea how happy that makes me.
Yeah.
Why?
It's upsetting that it was you to do it, but
Liverpool are also your rivals.
But Man City are worse.
It's a poison chalice for him.
Because Man City don't deserve any of their success. That's the difference.
I was on a train, so it was patchy for me as well. But every time that it clicked back forwards, Liverpool were on the attack, and I was like, this is domination.
First half was an absolute onslaught. They just could not get out their own half. I couldn't believe it. Really, what I was watching. I was
this
very
is
surprised.
what Rodri can do. This is why you need a metronome in there. And Gundogan, respect to his career, he's a lot older now. He's not with it. Yeah. And Kovacic, a useful squad player, maybe. A title-winning central midfielder, definitely not.
But I don't think you can blame all of this just on the loss of Rodri.
No, I think you can.
Not all of it.
I think you go back and you look at I think it's clear as day. I think you look at every game that Rodri's played in the last, 90 games in a row that he won?
Yeah, but I think this season...
And you look at Man City's form, where it dips is where he's not there. You look back at Fernandinho. When Fernandinho wasn't fit, that's when Man City was losing.
That's also... But they were playing like Rodri and Fernandinho centre-back. That's not just on one player.
No, but I think it pretty much is.
And this season, they've had, if you look at their goals, they don't score from midfield.
Bro, it's true, isn't it? 100%.
Come on the mic.
Yeah.
Do you want the mic?
I had to jump in and tell me.
Do you want the mic? We all know that. We all know that.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
What nonsense are you talking?
Bro,
on a serious note, what?
Bro. Amazing.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm great.
Are you sure?
Bro.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
No. Are you sure?
Yes, 100%.
On what planet can you give that reference?
Bro, look at the games, right? Rodri plays, they win. Yeah. Rodri doesn't play, they don't win. Simple
you compared Rodri to Fernandinho.
No, but they were both the DMs in different... Right, okay, different
Bro,
players.
No. Just the fact you did that, yeah? You should step out.
Yeah.
You should step out.
They're so different.
You should step out.
They're so different. I agree.
You're allowing this to go on content. You should allow this to go on content.
Yeah,
we will.
No, you should allow this to go on content.
No, I get it. They are different players. No, I get it.
Oh, my...
But
well, thank you for your contribution.
Cheers, Dan. Thanks for that, Dan.
That is totally spot on from Dan. He is spot on there.
I totally agree with that. Yep.
I was going to say though, they don't score apart from Haaland. Their wingers have 1 goal this season.
Yeah, they don't score.
Like that's Foden, Doku, Savinho, and Rodri. Midfielders don't really score either. So I don't
I'll be
think
back
it
in a
is
minute.
just a Rodri problem.
Yeah.
Last season,
Well, don't drop the mic. Oh dear.
Foden
Take a
scored
moment, Jesus
what,
Christ.
20. He scored 20 goals or something.
Yeah.
So they're missing a lot of goals.
Well, we just need to pause a moment while Henry regains his composure after being absolutely schooled. But yeah.
I mean,
no.
to be fair though, come on. Fernandinho and Rodri are not comparable.
I didn't think. Oh.
No,
I'm
and
not
and
going to even try and defend myself.
I would even argue right now, Manchester City, that like when they had Rodri and Fernandinho in at centre back in the 1920 season when we ran away with it, and they had to play them centre back at times, they were still playing better then than they are now.
Yeah.
Like this is the worst I've probably seen them since Pep first joined.
They look.
Arguably, it might be even worse than that.
it's
They look
worse
so
'cause-
tired
yeah.
as well. That's the thing. It's not just Rodri being gone. It's
Ian,
the
chuck
fact
me the stress ball.
it's it's the fact that they look so tired. Like their squad just doesn't have any. Look at Kyle Walker, for example. Kyle Walker's the best example of it. He looks shattered every
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Whoever
But
he's
I
up
think
against gets
that's
past
more
him.
of an age thing, and he. I don't know. I think it is just okay. I maybe I was a bit stupid for comparing Fernandinho and Rodri.
a bit.
They
just,
were not- they're not-
just a tad, just a little bit, just tiny
They're
bit.
definitely not the same players, but you're missing that kind of key central midfielder who is just gonna keep things ticking over, right?
But all teams have injuries and they still
But I
go on.
wouldn't say
But I
Fernandinho
wouldn't
ticks
say-
things.
No.
But the thing
Fernandinho's
is, right,
not
look at the
different.
injuries across the league this season. Okay, some big players have gone down. This is the Ballon d'Or winner we're talking about. Like this is their first name on the team sheet. This is not a player who could be rotated. This is the only player that he doesn't rotate, and he's gone. Yeah, I know.
He
I'm
doesn't rotate.
squeezing the fucker.
there are probably others he doesn't rotate. I
Thing
think
is,
anyone
right-
else in that midfield he rotates, but there's
But
other
not
positions that don't
Rodri.
get rotated.
But then again,
Haaland maybe.
Cardio at the moment, I'd say he doesn't really get dropped.
Okay, he gets
he did
rotated.
get dropped on Sunday.
Yeah, but that's
Every
probably
other
rotation,
player is at
rotation.
threat of rotation, no matter how good they are. The
But he-
only player who, when fit, plays every single minute is Rodri,
Yeah, but
and maybe Haaland.
they're,
at a push.
they're playing.
But-
They're playing a game every 3 or 4 days. They have to rotate now.
No, I know, but
Right.
that's what I'm saying. He didn't rotate Rodri when he was fit. He didn't do it
Yeah, and why has he got injured?
because he played too much.
But-
But
There
look
you
what
go.
happens as soon as he goes out.
Does that also link to them not scoring though?
Oh, 100%.
Completely. No, I'm not
Goal
saying
scoring is a massive
it's
issue.
not. It's not irrelevant. It's not entirely irrelevant, but their wingers don't score,
No.
and Haaland's got no service.
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah.
cut him out,
And
they're
Phil
not scoring.
Foden in the Premier League this season has been non-existent.
Yeah, that hasn't helped. Is that Phil Foden has dropped off a cliff.
Yeah.
How he won player of the season last year, I've got no idea.
He deserved it.
He was
Stop.
but-
pretty good.
Stop.
He was pretty damn good.
Yeah, I just the winger situation is poor. I'm not sure what's happening there though, because Savinho looked incredible at the start of the season, and Doku was great last year. Grealish has looked to find his form again at the start of the season, but like I said, no end product.
I mean, Savinho is getting compared to Mahrez. Like, that's how good he was playing. People were comparing him to Mahrez, but I don't know what
I'm
happened.
surprised
I
he
don't
didn't get any
happened.
goals.
I don't think
thought
he-
he scored in that time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's the player that you should necessarily criticise because I still think he's been really, really good
He
for
has.
City, despite not getting any goals so far this season. I still think he's been really, really good at creating opportunities for other teammates. But yeah, when you go from not enough goals, it is a big
Distracting
issue
as
and a big
Sorry.
problem. But I do want to highlight Cody Gakpo. 6 goals in his last 7 games in all competitions. Of course, scored against Real Madrid, scored against City. Really on form. So glad to see it. That's one player who I've always backed. So ever since he joined Liverpool, I thought this guy is a good, solid
He is
player.
good.
He's a
Credit-
solid player.
Credit where credit is due. We wanted him, and I wish we had gotten him because he would have been a very
I was
useful player
buzzing
for
when
us.
we got him.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, with the goal, as much as he was there and he was in the right place to score it, all that credit for that goal goes to
Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah.
Oh, wow. What a
Ridiculous.
The
Ridiculous.
number
He
of fantasy points that he has won this season is
I
ridiculous.
finally bought him in for Haaland. I've
Bro.
got rid of Haaland and Salah is now my captain.
You're coming. Welcome to the Resistance.
And people will say that he is not a creative player. Absolute rubbish. This man creates chances week in, week out. He's a goal scorer. He's a creative player as well. He's gotten better at that over the years, definitely. And yeah, he's just an unbelievable football player. The best player in the Premier League right now for me.
Can we talk about the miss though?
The miss, yeah. It was a big opportunity. It's a big
yeah.
opportunity. He missed it. But Hazard does not score. I'm
He
not.
does,
I'm not
he
having
does.
that. I'm not having that, guys.
To be fair, we need to stop comparing because Hazard's so much better. It's not even close.
You're ridiculous.
let's just
Man,
stop.
That's nuts.
I'll be
That's
honest,
nuts.
I've always said Hazard's better, but I don't know if you can anymore. I think they're
It's a
basically
close.
even.
He won
It's,
you
I'm
the
getting
right,
to the
I'm
stage.
I'm not gonna say that Salah is better. I'm gonna say it's boring. I know. I'm gonna sit on the fence and say right now for
Right.
me they are basically completely
I'm
even.
gonna- let me-
They both have their strengths. Hazard
Mhm.
was incredible at something. Salah's better at other things, but they're very even for me.
Yeah, I think you've got to. He's right. You've got to be. It's a very close call between the two of them. You can say Salah, you can say Hazard.
Yeah.
It's not controversial to say either one at this point because they're very, very
Yeah.
close in.
I mean, Liverpool fans
Well,
are always going to say it's like
Of
Lampard.
course we're going to
Gerrard.
say. Well, of
Yeah,
course
They're
we're
going to
gonna
say
you
Salah.
always
We're
say
going to
Salah.
say
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I
yeah,
don't-
that's what I'm
just
saying.
got-
Yeah, that's what I'm
as a
saying.
neutral, can I-
We're always
Yeah,
going to say
I get it. I get
Hazard.
it. But
You
this
need
is
to have you need to look into league titles. You need to have a look into goals. You need to look
Yeah.
at assists. A bunch of other statistics. Also, as much as I get ridiculed for not doing this, you do have the eye test, and I think
Yeah.
if you look at the eye test, Hazard probably wins on the eye test on how they look playing football. As much as Salah is fantastic, Hazard dribbling is ridiculous, right?
But
Yeah, I
But
think
that is not everything.
with what you just said, Hazard is better to watch. But
Yes.
Salah does more important things. Yeah,
Salah steps
Salah's-
up in pretty much almost every single big game. Even the game against Real Madrid where he missed the penalty,
Yeah.
he still had a really, really good game overall. I
is
thought.
this the best Salah? Do you think?
Right now, this is the best Mohamed Salah we have seen.
I
This
agree.
is the
Think,
most
'cause-
complete football player. He is. I mean, just this season, goal and an assist against Manchester City, goal against Arsenal, goal and an assist against Chelsea,
He steps up in
goal,
the big
2
games.
assists away from home against Manchester United. He steps up in big games. Also, goal and assist against Aston Villa at home.
'Cause
I can
I'm-
keep on going on. Like
not-
he steps up in the big games pretty much every single time.
I'm not saying he didn't used to pass, but I don't think he could pass this well before.
No, he's definitely improved on that. And there's this narrative that he's a selfish player. It's absolute
Oh, I
rubbish.
completely disagree with that.
To be
Rubbish.
fair,
He's
He's not a selfish
he's
player.
not. He's
not a selfish
He's
player.
not, but you still, if you're like a strike or attacker, you obviously are going to be a bit.
Yeah, I
selfish.
can't 100% because he wants to score goals. Who wouldn't? Who doesn't want to score goals as an attacker? But I wouldn't call him a selfish player.
no,
He sets up so many opportunities for teammates.
I mean, can't you sort of just say that Hazard and Salah, rather than comparing them, they're both just incredible
Well,
players.
yeah, you got to appreciate them.
That's the way I see it now. I don't compare them and think, yeah, that one's better, that one's better. I think they're very even, and they're just both incredible players. That's
Yeah,
the way I see
I
it
mean,
now.
I've said my piece on it more times than I need to. But you know my thoughts.
We do.
I mean, Dominic Szoboszlai in midfield, absolutely everywhere. I mean, didn't get a goal or an assist, but just his work rate. Absolutely love his work rate. And this is what this team does. All the 11 players just run themselves into the ground. When you look at City, I think they're like lowest for distance covered. I think this season, they're really not
As I
performing
said,
well.
though, they look really tired.
They
That's
look
the thing.
knackered.
That I didn't actually know that statistic, but that makes complete sense to me when you watch them. They just look like they can't run
Yeah.
because they're playing too many games. The squad's tired, and as I said, I think it was last week. They've been successful for too long. It's catching up with them.
Mhm.
They've played at that high level for so long that the players, their legs can't handle it anymore.
Yeah.
We saw you go through a very similar thing.
Yes, I was literally about to mention that.
Post Salah, Firmino, Mane era.
Yeah.
Like you did see the tiredness start to set in. How Pep's been able to keep it up for this long? A lot more squad turnover probably is the reason.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was always going to happen eventually, and it looks like it is finally happening.
No, I
which
agree.
is
Yeah.
beautiful
Yeah.
to see.
It could have happened a few years ago, but Arsenal bottled it. Let's be honest. That's what happened.
Yes, there we go.
Speaking
shall
of Arsenal,
move on.
5-2 win away from home against West Ham United. I think that's one of the most
Absolutely
craziest first halves I think I've ever watched in my life.
I wasn't
7
sure.
goals in one half.
I don't know if I could describe it as a crushing or if it was a tight game. I actually don't know because they kept scoring.
It was weird
Yeah.
though, 'cause when I saw it was 4-0, I was looking at it thinking this could be 7 or 8 probably, and then they brought it back to 4-2, and I was like, could they do it?
Yeah.
And then,
Exactly.
and they went to 5-2, and I think you sort of got the impression at half time that's the game probably done there, and Arsenal would just see it out from now.
Yeah.
But what a game, yeah.
Yeah,
Great
yeah. Well, I
game.
mean, Martin Odegaard, you can just see the difference back in the team.
Yep.
Team looks so more creative, creates so many more opportunities, so much more on the front foot. I mean, some of the goals that they scored. There was one, I think it was, where Odegaard just like lobs the ball over the top, and then Saka cuts it across the box, and then I can't remember who taps it in. It might have been Trossard, but yeah,
They need to find somebody who can cover Odegaard when he's not playing.
oh,
They
Yeah,
need
I
to
agree,
find
100%.
a partner for him, basically.
And I think you're saying that. Can you? That's like saying, oh, Liverpool need to find someone who could replace Salah if he's injured. You can't. There's no one as good as him.
I get your point. I think they should have been.
I think you can
they
get
should have kept
close.
Smith Rowe. Or I know they're a bit different,
Yeah,
but
I think so.
Yeah,
I
think
thought they
he's
should
a
have
good
given
player.
Smith Rowe more
it's
minutes.
weird that he didn't play that
But
much.
Smith Rowe
They do
wouldn't-
have Ethan Nweri though, who I feel like
Yes.
could do that job reasonably well.
he should have been given more chances.
You should
We said that.
because they looked awful without Odegaard.
Yeah.
Smith Rowe though, whilst Arsenal may have wanted to keep him, he wouldn't want to stay as backup. He's good enough to start for many Prem teams, as proven by Fulham.
Yeah,
And I think that's why he left, not because Arsenal don't
But I
want
also
him, but because he doesn't want them.
that he could have got a lot more minutes if you rotated, and like you could have given him a lot more minutes than you did, and it felt like at some points he was being pushed out,
Yeah, because
which is a
Yeah.
bit different.
he didn't play last year that much.
No, he didn't.
He
This
was
is what I'm
he was
saying.
injured. A lot of
Injured,
the
yeah, he's
season.
had
But
injury
even when he
issues.
was fit, he wasn't playing, and it
Yeah.
was a bit of a weird one. So I feel like you could have had, if he was here now and you kind of didn't want to push him out, he could have been covering Odegaard. But even
Yeah.
he wouldn't have been. Had he still been here, he wouldn't have been because for some reason Arteta doesn't trust
He
him.
didn't trust him because they almost sold him last year.
Exactly.
I think it must be the profile of play. I think it must not be what Arteta wants in that role. He wants someone like Odegaard, not like Smith Rowe. He sees them as different players, clearly.
Yeah, no, 100%. I want to talk about Saka
What a player.
because he's on 10 assists in 12 Premier League matches. He's going for the record. He's going for most assists
What
in the
is the
season.
record?
I think it's 20.
2020.
Yeah,
Thierry
Thierry Henry.
Yeah, I think it was Henry and
Yeah.
I think De Bruyne may have tied it.
I don't
or
think he got
won.
20 goals, but he got 20 assists.
He got
I
to
think.
this is what I'm on about
I
assists.
thought
he's going.
it was-
He's going for the assist record.
I thought it was De Bruyne the last time I checked.
Yeah, it might. Yeah, well, I think they might be tied. They may not be.
I mean,
but
either way, that is incredible.
I think if he does not get injured again, he's gonna do that. I'm pretty certain that he will hit 20 assists. He's an unbelievable football player. He definitely, right now, I'd say probably on form. Well, in terms of, he's definitely inside like the top 4 Premier League players right now.
It's Palmer,
Yeah.
Salah, Saka. Like,
Yeah.
those
maybe
three.
Van Dijk.
And then I'd put Van Dijk in
yeah,
there.
Van
Yeah.
Dijk.
Yeah, for me.
Glad we're on the
would be
same page
top,
there,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, that would be the top 4. Yeah, I didn't mention Van Dijk about
He should have scored a few.
pocketing Haaland, but
He's in my
Don't
fantasy
think you-
team.
I
was
don't think you
waiting
need
for
to
him.
mention
no,
it. It's
exactly.
gonna happen.
You just expect it now. But yeah, Arsenal look so much better. They're 9 points behind Liverpool. Are they still in the title race?
Potentially, because Liverpool have a tendency.
Yeah.
I think they are.
You will have a dip at some point. It's every
It
team
does
has
happen.
to. Like even when City have won every title they've won, they've had a dip.
They've lost
you
like
have,
a game.
You have to dip.
Well, yeah.
And if Arsenal can keep pushing, keep getting closer to you, when you have that dip, if they can capitalise,
Yeah.
then it'll be very close.
Mhm.
I don't
I think City are out of it, but I think it's
Yeah.
between you and Arsenal.
Yeah.
You can't count City out of it yet.
I
I
don't-
know you want to. I know
No,
it's very.
I think you can.
No, it's
I'm
City,
pretty
you
certain.
can't.
I'm pretty certain they might.
I
be
mean,
done.
I'm happy to count them out.
I wouldn't-
personally.
I
I'm not
think-
100%. Not
I-
100%.
You can clip this, do whatever you want with it. City will not win the Premier League title.
They're-
this year.
I agree.
Manchester City won't win it. They can't. They're too far. They're 5th at the moment. Man City won't win the title.
They're not going to go on a run where they get 15 wins in a row. It's not going to
Right.
happen.
In the past, maybe,
let me
not
put it this
now.
way.
Yeah.
I still believe. I'm fairly confident that they won't win the title, but I cannot rule them out of the title race yet
Mhm.
because it's City, and they always have a shit November, and then they always do a 15 game.
What is
run.
it though? 11 points now.
11.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're not catching that up.
No.
I'm sorry. Liverpool don't look like dropping off. As I said, they'll have a dip, but they're not going to drop off.
I want them
they might
to.
lose 3 or 4 games, but they're not going to lose many more than
You
that.
got fingers.
I don't want them to be in a title race, but it's too early to count them out. It's
No, it's
City.
not.
They always
They're out
do
of it.
this.
They're out of it.
I'm
They're done.
pretty certain they're done.
We'll see.
Yeah, but yeah, just looking at Arsenal overall, they've not got to go outside of London for a league game until the 27th of December,
Really?
Really?
away from home against Ipswich Town. So
Which
And
isn't that far.
that's not even that far.
it's not far.
Who have they got?
They've got they've got United at home. They go away to Fulham. Then they've got Monaco at home, Everton at home, Crystal Palace at home in the Carabao Cup, Crystal Palace away in the Premier League, and Ipswich at home. So actually, no, they don't have to go outside London at all in December.
Well,
Whilst for Liverpool have got to go to Newcastle, to Everton, to Girona, at home against Fulham, away from home against Southampton in the EFL Cup, away to Tottenham, at home to Leicester, and away against West Ham. So Liverpool are all up and down the country. Arsenal are in London the whole month.
I wish you hadn't said about that at home to Leicester, because I'm dreading that game now. But I think the thing with me, what I think for you is that Everton game is crucial, because I know any other team you'd be looking at it thinking it's Everton, it's not a big game.
It's always tough.
But that game for you, did you say it's at Goodison as well?
Yeah.
I think that game could be really big for your title.
Oh, 100%.
It's the last game at Goodison. They're going to try and kill you.
Yeah, definitely.
That could be so big in the title
I'll tell you
race.
who they couldn't kill, and that is the greatest English team of all time, Manchester United.
Oh,
4-0.
Yeah, they did. They did win 4-0, yeah.
4-0. I've had this up waiting the entire episode because I wanted to talk about
I
it.
don't want to hear about Rashford.
Rashford scored a brace.
You did.
Xerxes scored a brace as well.
Yeah.
There's the guys have got hit on a lot recently, scoring goals, because the chances are being created again. Ahmad down the right is working. I don't want him there long term, but right now nobody else can do it like he can.
What do you think should happen with him then? Because obviously now we've got Van Nistelrooy. People have said we could get some good loan players in.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening. But
yeah.
people are saying if he goes on loan, he could definitely come to us, Ahmad Diallo.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening. But
You will get loan players from us, but it's going to be Toby Collier and Dan Gore. It's not going to be Ahmad Diallo, because
I don't want them.
let's be honest, he is our starting right back right now.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see that changing though. I think he'll just grow under Amorim.
He will, but he's going to move. So, again, you guys can't see this, but I'll try and describe it to the best of my ability. He currently plays right wing back in a midfield 4. He will shift there to the right attacking midfield spot where Rashford's currently sitting. It will be Ahmad Diallo for the future once we've got a Frimpong type.
What happens if Ahmad Diallo continues to play well there, let's say, for the next 5-6 games?
He could still do that playing in one of the attacking mid spots and more, because he's more comfortable in that position. I still want, even though he's playing well in that position, amazing. I want him to do well.
I don't think you need to change it at the moment.
I do think you need to find a way to get him up the pitch more, because that's where I haven't seen him do that much defensively yet. He's obviously tracked back and worked hard, but I wouldn't trust him playing right back. So I wouldn't trust him playing right wing back.
But the thing is, like, a lot of the time with wing backs, one of them is a bit more attacking and can do what they want a bit more. The other is
100%. I mean, you look at you look at the Chelsea side with Victor Moses and Marcus Alonso.
Exactly. And even
both of them weren't good defensively.
Even Callum Hudson-Odoi, like under Tuchel, he had a really good run of form playing wing back. So I
just think this isn't Victor Moses, Marcus Alonso, or Callum Hudson-Odoi. This is Ahmad Diallo, and this guy could be an incredible attacking mid. And I want him to get the minutes there as soon as he can, because these 2 assists turn into 4 goal involvements.
So then, does Rashford come out and it's Ahmad and Bruno?
It's got
Bruno's
not
rotation.
leaving, sure.
It will be a rotation of Rashford, Ahmad, Bruno, and Garnacho. It will be those 4 rotating in those 2 spots.
I can't rotate Bruno.
No, you can't. You can't get rid of Bruno. Is he still captain under Amorim? That's what I'm interested in.
At the moment, as of this moment,
I was going to say I wasn't sure how quickly he'd change it, because I don't see that staying, because I don't think he's got the leadership to be captain. And I think when you've got someone like De Ligt in the back line,
De Ligt, Onana, and Mazraoui would be my kind of 3.
Right.
If I had to pick them, maybe Mainu in the future, but nowhere near now.
Oh no, no.
I would pick Casemiro, but I think he is either a season away or 2 seasons away from leaving.
I think with Mino, it's a bit like how we felt about Kiernan. We said if Kiernan stays for a while, then he'll be captain. But obviously Mino will stay, because why would he leave?
United.
He's admin club
Exactly.
already.
Yeah.
But he will be. I think I've got a funny feeling he will be one day. But again, it is in the future, a long way in the future. So you need to find a more permanent solution. I think you have to be able to rotate. I think Amorim is that kind of manager, and I think Bruno will get minutes on the bench.
Yeah.
Which I think is the right thing to do, because you get more an opportunity to see someone like Mount.
Yeah.
Although actually, I think Mount will start playing central midfield.
I think
he'll be in the midfield 4 rather than being in the attacking.
You think it's going to be Mount and then who next in Ugarte?
Yeah, or Mainu or Ugarte. I think it'll be those 2 rotating rather than Bruno and Mount rotating. But somebody Garnacho and Ahmad can kind of come in on that kind of right attacking mid spot to replace Bruno in times, and Rashford can kind of come in as well, and they can both swap during the game. It's so fluid. Those two spots are very freeing, so you get the opportunity to see all these kind of good attackers pick up pockets wherever they kind of please, and then you have a more physical striker up front who can just be in the area to get on the end of all these chances. Xerxes scored 2 today. Højlund scored 2 in Europe.
Yeah.
And it all comes down to kind of you have the 2 guys floating around creating opportunities, creating gaps, and then you have Amad Diallo just whipping balls in and creating chances. And it's the first time I've seen us create chances all season.
Well, the thing is, especially like with your strikers, it means Rashford doesn't have to play up front now. Because I think when he plays up front, he doesn't offer anything except for if you create something for him.
Exactly like in that Ipswich game.
Yeah. So on the left or wherever
in the 10.
You know what I could see Rashford being very good at is, I don't want to say that De Bruyne role, but you know the role where you have a player who literally just gets told, do what you want. Like free roam across the attack.
That's what these 2 roles
are. I think that's what Rashford needs. He needs that sort of role where basically they say to him, you can go where you like in the attack.
Right.
And you can get in the positions you want to be in. I'm not going to tell you where to be. Yeah. I think that's what he needs.
Yeah. Talking about someone in a free role, Cole Palmer, goal and an assist.
Wow, what a player points again.
Yeah.
But not even just him. I want to talk about Enzo because I may have slagged him off a few times. Rightly so, I think.
Yeah, I'd agree.
He was playing awful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think because last season you can say the role under Poch, box to box, that's not him. He's not a runner. Like he's not someone who's going to run up and down like Conor Gallagher. But this season, especially with Caicedo inverting, it made so much sense. You have Caicedo with Lavia behind.
Yeah, I was so confused by that.
But it worked. I don't think you can. Don't get me wrong. You can't do it every game. But in this game, you had Caicedo and Lavia, then Enzo and Palmer. Yeah. Palmer's more like the attacking one. It was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So what was it? Was it more of like a 3-2-4-1?
It was so you have the. Okay, I'm trying to think. Was it Cucurella? I think it was like the back three sort of Cucurella,
Colwill and Fofana.
Yeah, he sadly got injured.
I thought he was injured again.
Is he gone now?
Till January,
few weeks,
isn't it?
yeah. To be fair, it's his first injury this season because he's played every game except for Liverpool suspension. But
I can't help but feel that injury is very deserved for
no,
I can't stand him.
Too harsh.
I cannot stand him.
Yeah,
he was injured for an entire year. He's had his punishment.
Yeah,
he was injured.
Poor guy.
He was injured for an entire year for us. Then he played 2 games and left.
You can't wish injury on someone.
We'd given him all the rehab, and then he left as soon as he was fit again.
Well, he wanted to go to a bigger team, but Nicholas Jackson
again,
another goal.
I mean, I will not admit it. No, shush.
I mean, you have to, but his finishing is just so much better at this point.
Are you still comparing? Are you still comparing Nicholas Jackson to Højlund?
I'm not saying anything.
I was going to say you cannot compare Nicholas Jackson to
Højlund.
Right.
I'm just not taking part in this conversation.
Good.
That's smart.
I refuse to admit. I can't say that Højlund's better, but I also refuse to admit that Jackson's better. So I'm just going to.
I don't even think you can compare them at the moment.
I'm not comparing them.
Højlund's a very good player, but he's not Jackson.
Not at the moment.
Well,
he's not even starting.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Not saying anything. Not getting involved.
Would you say Chelsea are in the title race?
Oh fuck you.
No.
No. You think it's too soon?
I know we're literally exactly level with Arsenal.
Yeah, on everything.
However, I don't know why it is. I don't know why. I don't think we're in the title race. I think because especially with Chelsea, what we always do is there was a year where we were 6 points clean in December. We came like third, nowhere near the title. December is normally a bad period for us. I know we've got the squad this time.
And you've got a good fixture list.
We have because we played all the bigs. We got Tottenham on Sunday, but we'll be in because they're shit. But
he's not wrong in all fairness.
I feel like you're sort of the dark horse. There's always one team who you look at and you think they could win it. And the one thing I'd say that is going in your favour is the fact that Enzo's been in this position before. He knows how to manage a team that's at the top of the league, winning games. And he knows how to keep it winning because especially we went through a very bad patch in about January, February.
Yeah, you nearly
rescued
bottled
it.
that league.
Yeah, I know.
He did recover though.
And he rescued it.
Really?
It was down to him that rescued it. And I think he could do the same for you. That's my one thing that would give you hope is you've got a manager who knows what he's doing.
It didn't come down to the final day, but it came down to like 2 or 3 games before.
The thing
we could have had it up until the last few games.
Who's we?
Ipswich.
I thought you were a United fan, aren't you?
I can support.
He supports every team. Speaking of a championship side who got promoted last season, Leicester City
beat West Ham.
What was it? 4-1 against Brentford. Don't really need to talk about that too much.
I'd
do we?
rather talk about the next game. Actually,
I didn't watch it. I was actually at Exeter City instead.
Yeah,
what better place to be probably. But. All I've heard is we were very weak defensively. The lineup that our interim manager picked was very weird because obviously Ruud didn't actually have any influence on the team
No.
for that game. He got announced,
Which I didn't realise until afterwards.
no,
And I was
he-
like, oh, wait, hang on. It's
he
not
got
him.
announced on Friday and he took over on Sunday. So, yeah, Ben Dawson, the interim manager, the lineup he picked was really weird. And apparently a lot of the players who you'd have expected to play well didn't play well. And a lot of the players who have been playing badly continued to play badly, which changed on Tuesday. Yesterday night. It changed yesterday night.
Can we talk about yesterday night? Because I think that's more of an
Yeah.
interesting
Well,
thing
yes,
to talk
but
about.
that is literally
We'll
what
get
I was
onto
about to
that,
get
'cause
onto.
I think you got to talk about Kevin Schade. He's had 3 goal involvements in 46 games, and then goes and
Scores
scores
a
3
hat-trick.
and gets an assist.
Well, he started up only if Schade started at right midfield and Mbuemo started up top. Maybe my FPL
Well,
week would have
apparently-
looked a bit different.
apparently Luke Thomas. I don't know if this is true, but apparently Luke Thomas completely pocketed Mbuemo, which really surprised me because I don't rate Luke Thomas very highly. He couldn't even do it in the Championship for Middlesbrough last year when he went on loan there.
yeah.
So I was shocked when I
I
heard
thought
that.
he
But
played
apparently,
lots of minutes last season.
no, he was on loan.
Damn.
I think twice.
Mhm.
But he apparently did very well against Mbuemo. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's true.
Yeah, he did quite well. I mean, El Canus.
Oh, yeah.
El
Goal and an
Canus
assist.
is a player. He is. I said this when I saw him for the first time. I said he's not there yet because he's new to the league, but he's
Yeah.
a player. And now you're starting to see it come through. I think
Yeah.
he's gonna be as good as Buonanotte is for us at some point.
Yeah.
Because I think Facundo will have the better career in general, but I think he will on how he's playing for us. He'll be the same level.
Yeah.
Because yesterday you just saw he's full of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
See, I thought he was like 26 or something,
No, he's really
Moroccan.
young, 20, isn't
He's only 20 years old. He's a youngster. He's come from Genk and he's kind of Belgium youth in now playing for Morocco. I didn't realise his
No,
his
he's
background and how
I knew
it
that he
worked.
was so young.
Yeah.
I
but-
thought he was kind of like youth squad player picked up on sheep, whereas like an older player. But no, he is a youngster. This is a wonder kid that we're looking at,
Yeah.
and he is starting to perform, which is awesome.
The one player I want to mention,
Go for
the most important player in our team,
Hermansen.
Mads Hermansen.
I was literally about
seven
to say-
saves,
Wow.
7
I
saves
mean,
in that game.
I was the first half was where they peppered our goal a lot more. That was down the end that I sit, and literally every time the ball went near the goal, he was there. And I was watching this thinking, how is he keeping these out? Like there was one that Bowen had literally on the penalty spot, powerful shot from that close, and he just gets down to it, and it makes it look
Yeah.
easy as well. It's not
This-
like it looks hard.
Yeah, it's something about having a reliable keeper in net for you. It just solidifies the entire back line.
I've
You
said
look
this
so
already.
much better when you have
We
someone
would not
in
have gone
there.
down with that without Danny Ward in goal. If Danny Ward wasn't in goal for us that season, we wouldn't have gone down.
That I agree.
It's
I
not the
completely agree.
only issue we had that season. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But
But we don't
He's-
go down with a different
I
keeper.
was going to say you can have a bad season and not go down. You were FA Cup winners and Champions League contenders.
Yeah.
We went down.
There was no way we went down with Schmeichel in goal that season.
No.
I
But
thought
I think going back to the game against West Ham though, I think what was most interesting for me was the formation,
Mhm.
and you saw it straight away in the warm up because we did this really weird drill. I've never seen any team do anything like this in the warm up. So we had the wing backs just sort of past the edge of the box either side. Then we had all 6 attacking players, the midfielders and the strikers and the wingers, in twos on the edge of the box, and they did this weird drill where they shot once, then they shot again, and then the wing back, crossed the ball in like on the floor and into the striker.
Yeah.
And I knew when I saw that, I said that is how we'll try and play all game. All game, we're going to try and get the wing backs forward and get them to play the ball deep across the box and into the striker.
Yeah, yeah.
Tried it twice.
Well,
Vardy missed a sitter
Yeah.
for one of them, and the other time it nearly led to the goal, but the goal came later because McAteer ran down the wing, and yeah, he couldn't quite get it in.
Right.
I want to quickly, before we move on, I want to
Okay.
move on quickly, but I do want to mention Wilfred Ndidi back in DM playing well. Because why
This
was
is-
he playing in attacking midfield?
This is the most obvious thing I've ever
Baffles
seen.
me.
Wilfred Ndidi, I mean, if you're listening, Rude, Wilfred Ndidi is a CDM. And
Thank you.
I backed the experiment when Enzo did it, and I was thinking this is looking great. He's actually playing all right as an attacking midfielder.
Mm-hmm.
But that was in the Championship, and you seen Cooper kept trying to do it this season. It wasn't working, and I think as soon as you've put him back and he's in front of the back line, there were a lot of mistakes that we made in midfield in the game yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he was there to clear it up, every single time,
Yeah.
and the defence as well. He was dropping back, helping the defence. Connor Cody as well, not played many games for us. Great game, goal line clearance.
Yeah.
I think there wasn't really anyone I looked at yesterday and thought you were really bad.
No.
But
I just want to point out the number of tackles. I mean, the top 8 players are all Leicester players, and the
Yeah, it's
player who made the
surprising.
most tackles was Wilfred Needy. The player who made the most interceptions was Wilfred Needy. 38% pass accuracy as well, decent little metronome in there, but
yeah,
defensively solid.
I think
Why would you take one of the most defensively solid midfielders out of the defensive zone and put him in the 10?
the one thing I do
don't
think
get why.
about this setup though is when we have Harry Winks back, we'll be so much better because he loves this kind of a system and he will do really well.
Yeah, he is a good ball retention player.
I could sit here all day and talk about Leicester, but I think the other thing we need to talk about this game is Lopetegui done.
Yeah.
Is he done?
He's done that.
Well, I want him to last till the 29th of December when we play them, but that's not going to happen.
Because I personally think he'll get given the Wolves game, especially because of the fact he'll have that desire to beat them because of the way he left the club. He'll be really geeing the players up, trying to get them going, I think. And what I saw yesterday, they're still playing for him. There's no doubt in my mind they're not playing for him. And a lot of their problem yesterday is they cannot finish. They had 31 shots and created 3 big chances. On the flip side, we had 8 shots, created 7 big chances.
Yeah.
Which is weird
That's
because
the
they've
way
got
you
some
look
really
at it.
decent finishes on that
Bowen
team.
was rubbish yesterday. He had a poor day yesterday.
He's
Bowen.
coming out of my fantasy team, which we'll talk about in a second.
Yes, we will. And let's go through the rest of the games. Brighton 1, Southampton 1, Crystal Palace 1, Newcastle 1, Nottingham Forest ending up beating Ipswich, 6th in the table. Wolves conceding
watch that
3
game.
penalties in a 4-2 loss to Bournemouth at home.
What a game, by the way.
Yeah, crazy game. And
Patrick for not Patrick
Kluivert.
Kluivert, Justin
Kluivert, yep. And then Tottenham drawing at home to Fulham in Tottenham fashion.
Wee.
And Ipswich Town last night losing 1-0 to Crystal Palace in a
Which
massive
was-
game towards the
I
bottom
was
of the
begging for a
We
table.
draw.
let them in on the counter-attack. It
I was begging for a
stupid.
draw.
So, FPL time.
Oh my god, I've just seen his score.
Great.
How many did you get?
Got 82.
82.
Yeah.
Right,
What
I'm going
the
to
hell?
start because I'm on the lowest, I'm pretty
Are
certain.
you sure?
Yep.
I've got
Um,
Oh, I don't know.
Four.
I probably could rival you.
Hang on, I've got
How many did
4
you get?
points.
How do I get it up? can't
well,
remember
I
how
got
get it up.
24
Go pick,
below the
click
average.
number,
So,
big number, big number, big number.
That one.
Yep, that one. Then click back.
Ah, yeah.
what did you get?
I got 53.
Right, I got 36. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Kian?
Alright,
No.
okay.
Let's go.
68.
Keegan
okay,
got
decent,
68.
decent.
I had an awful week. David Raya got me 2 points. Virgil van Dijk got me 6. I actually only had 10 players this week because Semenyo was suspended and Harry Winks and Greaves both did not play.
Greaves played?
He did. He played last night.
Oh,
Not on the weekend.
Sorry.
Different game week.
Different game week. Sorry,
But
guys.
yeah, I've had a bit of a nightmare. So I took out. I can't remember who I took out. Put Luca Dean in. Luca Dean got dropped. Take Luca Dean out. Joel Veltman, who started every game apart from one this season, not in the squad. And Hersler said absolutely nothing in the press conference about it, so he got me 0. Martinez got me 5. He's now suspended. He's out my team now.
Nice.
Ashley Young, -1, but I forgive him because he got me 9 points the week before, so it's fine. Garnacho got dropped 1 point, and Mbeumo, of course, Brentford scored 4, didn't get anything. Salah, vice captain, got me 13. Jimenez got 2, Haaland got 2, and of course Mateus Cunha got 2. Jimenez, he had 4 shots. Keeps on getting shots, just not putting them away at the moment. I'm
He
going to
should've
stick with him.
scored.
Yeah,
I'm going to stick with him because he hit the post the game before that. But yeah, 36 points, not a good week.
Am I next? I
I
think I'm
believe
next.
so.
you are,
yeah.
yes.
Right, so I had Flecken in goal with 2 points. And then I had Trent, who got 8, obviously. Very good game. Gvardiol didn't play, so that's 0 points.
Yeah.
Pedro Porro, 2. Eze, 2. Then I had Buonanotte, who got 8 because he scored the goal for us. I had Cole Palmer with 14. Then I also captained Mbeumo, so he got me 4 points because
Yeah.
I thought playing us under an interim boss, I could only see it going one way. I was right, but
Exactly. Well, it's the first time that Mbeumo's not got a goal or assist at home this season. So
Oh, wow.
I know.
typical. That's the week we both captained him. But
And then Haaland and Welbeck both got me 2, which is my last straw for Haaland, and Chris Wood got me 9.
Yeah.
So I had really
Reliable.
only Palmer, Buonanotte, Wood, and Trent really returned.
Mhm.
That was it.
and then
Yeah.
you're next, Henry.
Yes. I wonder if you cash in on Wood, actually, because his price has gone up, and I'm pretty sure you got some rough fixtures.
Yeah, Nottingham Forest
next
fixtures
week.
are pretty difficult.
So you might want to cash in on that money and try and bring someone in who's got a bit more.
No,
margin
I
around the fixtures.
I might leave him for today, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it's too late now, but
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Right.
let me talk about my team. I got 76 points this week, so I thought I'd fucked it because I forgot to change my team. I was going to completely change my team, and I forgot to do it.
Same.
Are you going to do free hit? weren't
And
you?
somehow we managed to get points. I don't know. I wasn't going to play Pickford. I was going to play Pope, but Pickford is in the team, so I got no points for him. Fulham have had a pretty shitty run of form. But Robinson's in there with 2 points. Van Dijk and Dalot both kept clean sheets, so they both got 6 points apiece. If he'd scored that header, I swear to God, I would have been a lot happier. Smith Rowe got me 2. Bowen got me 2. He's coming out next week, I think. Mo Salah, captained, 26 points. Saviour of my fantasy at every available opportunity.
I should have backed him.
You should have.
I was going to say, why didn't you captain him?
Because Mbeumo was playing Leicester, and Leicester concede goals for fun.
In all fairness,
I don't think you can say that
had
anymore,
I changed
though.
my
No.
team, maybe I wouldn't have given him as captain, but it is what it is. Vice captain was Cole Palmer. He got me 14 points. Rashford, 14 points. I'm sticking with him now. I'm going to keep him in my team. So
I hope that's a
I
mistake.
won't be making him captain again, but I will keep keeping him in my
I was
team.
going to say, have you got him in for this week? Because I don't see him doing
He
anything
is.
today. Is
He
it
is,
today or tomorrow?
yeah,
he went to
but-
score against Arsenal.
No, I don't think he'll
But
score against
I
Arsenal.
didn't want to make any transfers, and I didn't think it was worth taking him out of my team. But I will show you my team in a minute. Watkins got me 2 points. Delap got me 2 points. Ola Aina is on my bench and again got me points. If he didn't have a tough fixture week, I would have transferred him in. But I didn't because he's got a shit fixture this week. I believe it's Man City. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So the only difference this week is Cunha has come in and Rashford has dropped to the bench.
Right.
I forgot that I did that. Otherwise, I would have said that a second ago. But again, yeah, we are playing Arsenal. So it's fair enough. And I think Cunha has been... Everton have been shit, and Cunha has been scoring on fire, and I keep putting him on my bench and not getting the points.
Mhm.
So I'm going to finally take
I
advantage
want, I
of
want
putting him in.
to, I want to try and find a way to get rid of Welbeck and put Cunha in, but I think the price difference is quite.
It's
big.
How
quite
much is
big
Welbeck?
now.
I
Yeah.
don't really know.
It's almost like $1 million.
Because
I wanna
Cunha's
say.
7.1.
I think
Yeah.
he's about 6.5.
He got
Yeah.
12 and then 16 points in a row, and then before that 6 and 9 points. So he does
5.9 million. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's 1.2 million. Yeah.
100%. He is the one to watch, especially given they're playing Everton. I thought it was the
Yeah.
week to trust
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. Tom got 77 points this week. Onana 6, Trent 8, Hall 2, Robertson 2, Rogers 2, Johnson got 10, Salah 13, Smith Rowe 2,
How did he
Palmer
beat me?
captain 28, Haaland 2, Welbeck 2, and Kean ended up getting 68 with Sells on 6,
You
Robertson
couldn't
2,
have got one more point.
Aina 8,
Come on, mate.
Hall
Jesus.
2, Rogers 2,
Commitment to the bit.
Garnacho 1, Salah 13, Palmer 14, Cunha 2, Visser captain 8 times 2, 16, and Welbeck got 2. Ubaid got the most this week.
I did.
Who did you get?
Can I just say, my sister got 97.
97!
I don't know how. I've no idea how.
Wow.
97, that's
anyway.
crazy.
So pretty much, I changed my team, but I didn't save it, thankfully, because I thought, you know what, people actually use their bench. I don't, so I'm gonna have like an extra striker on the bench. So I took Haaland out. Luckily, I didn't say. Well, he only got.
Leicester player you got on the bench.
Yeah, I've got Tom Cannon.
He hasn't played for
I
us
know
at the
he's
moment.
loaned out, but I've had him since the start.
Why
So
is he on FPL?
Because he's
Loyalty.
worth the 4 points. Actually.
loyalty.
Oh,
Well,
He doesn't play for us.
Loyalty
Right.
He plays for
I-
Stoke.
he's been
Anyway.
there, he's been at the end of my bench the entire
Let's get back to it.
So I had Pope. This really annoyed me. Palace scored right at the end, and Livramento and Pope would have got more
Yeah.
points. They got 2 each.
Mm.
Dalot got 6. Ola Aina 8.
Mm-hmm.
Trent 8. Morgan Rogers Smith Rowe only got 2. I captained Palmer, who got 28. Salah had 13. Chris Wood, the best striker in the league, had 9. Haaland had 2. And then if I got 5 points off the bench, which is actually decent for me.
Yeah.
So you use your bench boost.
No, I didn't think. I didn't.
Oh, so you didn't
Yeah.
get those 5 points, but there
Yeah.
were 5 points on the bench.
Hudson-Odoi
Right, okay.
3 and Burgess 2.
Yeah, because I had
Yeah.
12.
Right, so as it stands, Kean is ahead of all of us, out of everyone in the podcast.
Mhm.
783 at the moment. Next is Henry, 760. Third place is Reese, 756. I'm in fourth now with 743. So
I'm very
I've
near
been,
the bottom,
I've been
I know
over.
that
I've been
much.
overtaken by Henry and Reese last week.
Yes,
Um,
I've had a
then-
good week.
Yep. Moving further down, Tom is on 714.
Why don't you stop there?
709.
Do you know who's top at the moment?
Top at the moment is Sam Madden.
Yeah, Sam Madden.
862. Of course, we've had him on the podcast
He has been
before.
on. Go and check
He's
that out if you haven't already.
Absolutely smashing it.
Oh, we've got to talk about bottom. Sorry, yeah, we have got to talk
Yeah,
about
we've got to
bottom.
talk towards the bottom of the
I don't
table.
wanna
I
talk
am.
about
I am
bottom.
getting
I don't
there.
want to talk about it.
Isaac is on 663. I might have missed people. If I have, I do apologise.
So in because there's 62 teams in the league, right?
yeah.
So Matt is on 54th. Then it's Dan on 55th. Konzi is on 58th position.
yeah.
Helly,
Who we used to have on the podcast
he's on
last
the
year.
60th. 62nd by over 100 points.
128 to be exact.
Jamie Green. Jesus Christ, you're bad at this game.
Right.
He just doesn't play the game.
I'm going to teach him. Me and you have to sit. I need to finally teach you. I know.
I think he knows how to play.
He knows how to play. He just thought,
doesn't
yeah,
have
right.
time.
Yeah.
Just before we finish, who's everyone captained for this game week?
I forgot to change my team.
You forgot to change your team, so who have you captained? Do you know?
Palmer.
Palmer.
I think for me it was obvious. Palmer. He's playing
Palmer.
Southampton away. Come on.
Salah. Stick with him.
Okay,
Stick with my boy.
I've gone Haaland.
Who's the
Really?
This is his last chance for me.
Who's
He needs a couple goals, and Salah for Kean.
Yeah.
So
I don't
It
see
could
him
have been
scoring.
Palmer.
I don't see him
It really
scoring
could have been Palmer.
many at Newcastle, whereas Palmer could get a hat-trick.
You
quite
never
quickly.
know.
Newcastle have been
You
poor, and
never know.
Liverpool's form is great. So I think it's gonna. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be one of the things where one gets 13, one gets 14.
Well-
I don't really care either way.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a perfect way to end it.
Yeah.
Thank you ever so much for watching this video on the Blue Podcast Network. If you have enjoyed, please make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on all your post notifications so you get notified every time we upload, and go check out all of our socials on our other platforms. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then.